welcome or welcome back. Today I'm super excited because I am marking one thing off of my list this year. I have now learned how to knit. I mean, I might not use the sticks yet, but I do know how to hand knit. I knitted this bag, and I'm not a knitter, I'm a crocheter. So if you are also a crocheter yourself and you don't know how to knit and you want to make this bag or a bag similar, you don't have to make it just like this. You can make it smaller. I made mine bigger. I watched a couple videos on how to get started and it was actually really easy. I just didn't know how to do the loopy things. I've used a knitting machine before, so I kind of understand the casting off and all that jazz, but I've never started it before. So it was super duper easy. I understand all of it. I go through pretty much the main steps. So if you want to make a bag like this, grab your yarn and let's get started. I did use 32 yards of this. I kind of wish, no, I think this was actually the perfect size. I love how big it is. A lot of the bags I was seeing, they were a lot smaller, so I think I tried doing it like they did. And it could be my yarn. My yarn might not be as big as like the other yarns they have. I think it's perfect. Let's go ahead and get started.
All right, we are going to skip the first loop and we're going to go into the second, and you're just going to pull up a loop, making sure you can fit your 2 fingers inside of it. And I'm pulling them up through underneath the V. For this side, it is the back loop, and we're going to do that for every chain on the row. And where we did our slip knot, I'm actually just going to tie a knot around the yarn I'm using. And I don't know why you do this, but it works, trust me. And then we're going to go to the other side and we're going to do it on the front loops. So that way we are going to be working in the round. We're doing the exact same thing for, I don't know if this is called row 1 in knitting, but this is our row 1, I will call it. All right, that is our row 1. So I have, I don't know, each loop has like a little partner. I don't know if that's actually important, but I have every loop has like a partner across from it. And that's how I know I did it right. And I went ahead just to double check that my loop size is about the same, and I made adjustments before moving to row 2. And for row 2, I'm going to put a loop, same thing, going from the bottom of the loop, coming out of it. And I'm going to do that in a complete circle, and you can feel free to use a stitch marker. I don't know if they have any big enough, or a hair tie or something if that bothers you. I know on the other side I did a knot, so I'm using that as kind of my reference. So that way when I'm done, I know I'm not going to end on that side, I will be ending on the other side. Alright, and I don't know if you can see that I'm doing this, but I'm trying to stay really close, like there's not a lot of length in between my loops. I try to do it like right after the loop, I'd shove it in. And this is where the knot was, so in between that, I'm just going to take the cord and I'm gonna tuck it in, and I want it to be really kind of tight. Like I don't want a lot of space. Great, and here we are on row 3 now. So it works out very quickly. Right, so again, I am trying to not put space in between. I don't know if y'all can see that I'm doing that, but I don't want any gaps. I want to be able to put things in this bag, and I don't want holes in it. I don't know if you have space, if that will cause holes. Alright, and I'm not actually working this fast. I did speed this up, but I'm doing the same thing, and I'm going to be doing the same thing for quite some time until I reach the height of the bag that I want. For me, I used 2 skeins of yarn, and I used every inch of it. Alright, and now I've reached the satisfying part where we are going to be popping out the bottom. So it's going to start having the overall shape of the bottom of the bag. Alright, and I reached the end of my skein, and I've used a knitting machine, so I know what to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a loop with my new skein, leaving a little small tail. And I'm just going to go all the way around before tying the two tails together. For our last row, I'm gonna have my loops be a little bit smaller than they were before. So I'm only gonna fit one finger inside of them. Now we're going to be casting off, and you're going to go to your first stitch that you started with, insert your yarn, and pull it all the way through. And you are going to take that yarn, and you're going to insert it through every loop, pulling it all the way through each loop. Thanks for watching.